Hi everyone, and welcome to our session. So today we are going to check on how we can acquire the fixed asset and the items into our organization. Then after that we'll be able to complete the transaction by paying the supplier through the payment journals in the system. So I'll take you through that functionality. So we can start by creating the supplier. We have already created those items and fixed asset into organization. So I'll proceed and showcase on how to create a supplier again. We can say this one now, it's a company. We can call it company X. Company X Limited. We go to the addresses. We populate the address of this company. We can say it's a UK based company. K Street. Okay. You also have the city, so you'll be able to select the city of your choice. Remember, this one is key for the purpose of reporting. We also have the phone number. We can say it is +254 98486521. Then we also have the email address. We can say it is companyx@gmail.com. We also have the home page. If we have the home page, you'll be able to populate our account the same way. We also have the contact, primary contact person, so you'll be able to populate this one. It will be used maybe for communication purposes. It will be used for communication purposes. Then we also have the registration, the tax registration number. You'll be able to document. You can say 1 2 3. We also have tax liable. If you want this customer to be liable to tax, you'll be able to select and also select the tax code for that specific supplier, that is. We also have the posting group for the suppliers, so you'll be able to map into the system. And we have said for the posting group, this is basically an extension to the chart of account where we are mapping sub ledger to the main ledger. We also have the application method, the payment. We are going to do a manual payment. Then we also have the payment terms. The payment terms, you can say, will be paying current month, the end of that month, that is. Then now the pay mode, we can say, will be doing a bank transfer, that is. The priority, we can say it's 1 for this specific supplier. You see, you can have different priorities, 1 2 3. At the time of doing suggest payment into the system, it will be able to go and confirm which suppliers are of high priority. If it's 1, then they're going to be listed as the first option into that payment voucher, that is. We also have the creditors number, so if we have, we'll be also be able to populate into the system for reference purposes. After that, we also said you can attach maybe the contract with this supplier. You'll be able to attach the contract. We also have the picture. You'll be able to capture the picture of that specific supplier. After that, the system will autosave that card for you. So that's how to create a supplier. Now we'll go ahead and do a purchase order. We are doing a purchase order. We want to purchase those fixed assets and the items so that they can be in our store. So for us to do that, you can go direct. While you are on the dashboard, you can go direct to vendor, search your supplier, it's company X, this one, click on it, then you click on navigate. On navigate, you'll be able to confirm the contact details, bank account, or the prices and all that. Then you'll also be able to confirm the list of purchases which you have already done relating to that specific supplier, that is. But now I want us to do something now we call a purchase order relating to this supplier. So you just click on the new document. After you have clicked on new document, we have the purchase invoice or the purchase order. So I want us to use the purchase order functionality. So it will populate for me automatically the name of the company. Instead of me now typing so that I can search, the system will auto populate for me. We have the, let me maximize this one so that you can see. As you can see, the system is capturing for you the vendor number, name, all these other details which I've captured, basically the biodata for this supplier. The system will be able to pull them. Now this is a purchase order. So I want us now to capture the item. We have created something called notebook into the system. So the notebook, we can say they'll go to which location. You'll buy it and it will go to that specific location. So we want like 50 of them, and each costs $8.90. After that, we add the next line, which is now the fixed asset. We have created Toyota car. So we can also be specific here. We are buying Toyota car, certain number plate or chassis number. So you'll be able to populate. You can say KDD 001T. That's the number plate. Then it is, we want only one because of the number plate. Then we can say the costs. It is 3.5 million. That way. Then after that, we will be able to release our document, maybe to change the status to approved. That is, to change the status to approved. Once we have released that document, you can also print and give it to your suppliers. That is, once now you have confirmed you have received all this, you will be able now to receive the supplier's invoice, the invoice from the supplier who is selling the car and the notebook. So you'll be able to document that invoice number here. You can say it is invoice 004 for from the supplier now. Then after that, you'll be able now to post that specific transaction now into the system. As we said, we have the receive, meaning we are receiving those items in the store. Invoice, it means we are invoicing. So I want us to receive because they are basically items and fixed assets. So we have to click on receive and invoice. But you can also use this other function like receive, or you can use invoice. As I've said, receive, it's basically going to post the quantity into the store. If I click on invoice, it means I'm going now to create the liability. So you can receive and fail to invoice. You receive and fail to invoice, meaning you have not created that liability, so you cannot pay that specific vendor. So I want us to do the final one, which is the receive and invoice. Then I click OK. As you can see now, our document has been posted into the system. So we can go back to our supplier and confirm. As you can see, we have this balance, and this balance is coming due to this specific invoice which we made to that specific supplier through purchasing of our item. So after that, now we can go back to, let's go back to our fixed asset. We confirm whether we have acquired. We can open. This was our fixed asset, and as you can see now, the status of acquired has changed. Now it is true, meaning we have already acquired that fixed asset, and this is the value, as you can see. And you can also click on it, then it will be able to open for you the entry, and you can also navigate, meaning the system has that functionality of drilling back to show you the root of that transaction. So as you can see, if I click on navigate, it will even show me the posted purchase invoice. So I can just click on the number. It was only one purchase invoice, and this was the purchase invoice. As you can see, you can also be able to reprint again and confirm. So we have confirmed we have already purchased our car. We can also go back to our item and confirm. So let me just search the item here. Just I click on item. We have created an item called notebook, so I can search here. As you can see, we have purchased 50 items. As you can confirm, the inventory is now 50, and you can click on it. Then the system will be able to show you the transaction, and you can also find the entries. As you can see, it was posted by this receipt. So this was now the receipt for that specific item. Remember, we clicked on invoice and receipt, so the system was able to generate also a receipt for that specific item. So that's how you are supposed to confirm whether you have posted your entries into the system and they have gone to the correct account. For accounting purposes, it's also good. Let us go back to that transaction for the fixed asset. Then we find entries. I want us to confirm it has affected which GL account. As you can see, it has already affected this GL account, which is the purchase of raw material account. We also have this other one, vendor domestic account, and this one also for the for the increase during the financial year for the fixed asset, that is. So it's good to confirm as a finance which account has already been affected in the chart of account for easy getting of those reports and easy reconciliation. So after that, now we have purchased, we have created the liability. What is remaining is basically to go and do a payment voucher. So for us to do a payment voucher, we'll go to cash management, payment journal. We do a bank payment. Then on this bank payment, we will be able to suggest lines from our suppliers. So we have to prepare something we call suggest vendor payment. So the system is going to pull for us the entries for those specific suppliers. So our supplier was company X. So you can say the starting number is 1. So let's the system now generate for us. As you can see, the system has generated for us the invoice for that specific company. As you can see, this was the invoice under the bank. As you can confirm from your hand. So now you'll be able to post that specific entry into the system. So let me just remove the first entry because we don't need it. Just click on it, then you delete. This is what we need only. What you have done, and it's so easy, you just go to prepare and suggest vendor payment. This is the easiest way of doing payment to your suppliers, because it usually goes to the suppliers account, check on those ledger entries. It will go and prioritize those accounts and pull for you. So what you are supposed to do, maybe you change the amount you are paying, how much. So you'll be able to change. Maybe you can say we are paying like 3 million. So we can edit this amount and say for this supplier we are only going to pay 3 million and something here, 3,500,000 shillings. Then after that, we'll be able to post that transaction into the system. Just click on post. As you can see, the transaction has been posted. So we can go also back into the supplier's account and confirm whether we have paid that specific supplier. So we go to vendors, then you search your supplier here. So it's company X. I click on it, then I go to the balance. As you can see, now this is the remaining amount for that specific supplier, because we have already paid 3,500,000 shillings. So this is the remaining balance, as you can see. So that's how you are supposed to do a supplier payment. Once you click on apply, the system will go and check this box. If it has been fully applied, this box will be unchecked, meaning it is not open, meaning you have already applied all the payment to that specific vendor. That is, we also have the ledger entries. You can also confirm the ledger entries. As you can see, we had this invoice and this is what we have paid already, and this is the remaining balance. As you can see, we also have other columns like the remaining amount, the due date, the date you are supposed to do all those payment into the system. So that's all about the creation of item, creation of fixed asset account, creation of suppliers, creation of invoice, and we have done also the creation of the payment to that specific supplier. So there's also another something I want to highlight, which is basically on fixed asset depreciation. I can highlight on it. So for the fixed asset, you'll be able to do something we call the calculation of the depreciation. So if you want to calculate depreciation, you just go to the list of the fixed asset, then on action we have calculate depreciation functionality. We have the posting date, the date you are posting that depreciation. We can say it is at the end of that month. So we can say this is Jan depreciation 2023. Then we can also be specific. I'm calculating depreciation to my my car only. You can be specific, that is, you can calculate for the entire list, for the entire fixed asset register, or you can just be specific to one account, that is. Then after that you just click you click OK. The system will calculate for you the depreciation, that is. We also have, before we click OK, we also have another functionality here, which is called use force number of days. This functionality is used to force the number of days I want to calculate depreciation based on a specific fixed asset. Let's say I've purchased a fixed asset as at today, and the depreciation is supposed to start as at today. But as the organization, the rules of the organization is to depreciate fixed asset for the entire financial year. So what you have to do, you have to come here, you check on this box, then you'll be able now to key in first number of days, how many days you want to calculate. That's, you can calculate like 365 days. That's the number, the full financial year, we can say 365 days. So if I click on this one, then the system is not going to check the depreciation start date for that fixed asset. Instead, it's going to check on the first number of days for it to calculate for you the depreciation, that is. So after that, you'll be able to click OK. Okay, I have to uncheck that one, not to force the number of days. And we go to action, calculate depreciation. I have to disable it so that the system can calculate based on the starting period for that fixed asset. So we have said we are only going to select our fixed asset, which is car. Then after that, I click OK. As you can see, the system is calculating for me, and this is the transaction. As you can see, this is the transaction for the fixed asset and the amount. So this amount is basically based on, that's 1 month times the rate times the amount, as you can see from this button here, from this field here. Then after that, you'll be able now to click on post. Mini post, it's now going to reduce our net book value. Then it will post this transaction as an expense. Remember, depreciation is an expense for that financial here, and we also have the accumulated depreciation. So we usually have 2 entries for each fixed asset at the time of calculating the depreciation. Then after that, you'll be able to click on post. The system will post. As you can see, it has posted. So we can go to that fixed asset also and confirm the net book value. As you can see, the net book value has reduced, so we can click on it. So after you have clicked on it, you'll be able to confirm why why do we have this value and we had 3.5? You'll find that we have a depreciation of this amount, as you can see. You can also navigate more and check. You check the related entries for that depreciation, as you can see. So you can show the related records, and these were the entries for the depreciation. So for you to calculate depreciation, that is basically the process and how you are supposed to go, and to confirm your net book value as already reduced. Also, we have the reports for the fixed asset lists, acquisition list, the details, analysis. All these reports, you'll be able to get them into the system, and you'll also be able to customize those new reports to fit the client requirement. That is, as you can see, this is basically the report of our fixed asset, which we have already produced. It has all the details, basically the biodata for that fixed asset account. That is, for you to, you'll not be able to delete any transaction relating to the fixed asset for the record keeping purposes. So I'll stop at that point. We will proceed from there the next session, whereby we are going to check different ways of receiving cash into a bank account, which is basically bank deposit, and a bit of bank reconciliation. Thank you for your time. See you to the next session.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.